New York Yankees fans, the way this September has unfolded is nothing short of remarkable, and it has completely changed the energy surrounding the team as we approach the final stretch of the regular season. For months, it seemed like the Yankees were treading water, struggling to find consistency, losing momentum at the worst possible moments, and watching their competitors, particularly the Toronto Blue Jays, pull ahead in the standings. Injuries and setbacks plagued the roster, leaving fans wondering if this would be yet another season of frustration and disappointment. But suddenly, the narrative is shifting and the team is starting to look like the powerhouse everyone expected them to be. Recent series have shown a New York squad that is clicking at the right time, executing on both sides of the ball, and finally putting together the kind of performances that could make them a serious threat in October. The series against the Baltimore Orioles was a perfect example of this resurgence. Winning 2 out of 3 games, the Yankees demonstrated a level of cohesion that had been missing for much of the summer. Their approach at the plate looks sharper, their situational hitting more precise, and their ability to capitalize on opportunities has increased dramatically. The starting pitching rotation, once a source of uncertainty, is showing depth and reliability, with pitchers handling pressure situations and setting the tone for the bullpen. And speaking of the bullpen, when rested, it has the capacity to shut down opponents late in games, a crucial factor as the season reaches its climax. When a team has an MVP like Aaron Judge firing on all cylinders, putting together one of the best statistical seasons of his career, it changes the entire dynamic. Judge's power, discipline, and leadership set the tone for the lineup, inspiring teammates and creating a domino effect across the roster. But Judge is far from the only player contributing to this resurgence. Ben Rice has shown his ability to deliver in key moments, highlighted by his grand slam, while Jazz Chisholm's impressive consistency at the plate adds another layer to the Yankees' offense. Jose Caballero has become a dependable presence in the infield, providing both defensive stability and timely hitting, and Anthony Volpe is starting to find his rhythm at the plate, giving the team even more options in critical situations. All of these players are coming together at just the right moment, forming a cohesive unit that is difficult to break down. The synergy within the team is evident, and it is becoming clear that the Yankees are peaking at exactly the right time as the postseason approaches. Looking ahead to the final 6 games of the regular season, the schedule seems to align favorably for New York. They will face the Chicago White Sox for 3 games and the Baltimore Orioles for another 3, and remarkably, all of these contests are at home. This home field advantage provides a perfect opportunity for the Yankees to assert themselves and build momentum heading into the playoffs. Playing against teams that, on paper, they should have the upper hand against, the Yankees have a chance not only to solidify their position in the wild card standings, but also to put themselves in contention for the division crown. This adds an entirely new layer of intrigue to the closing days of the regular season, transforming what might have seemed like a routine push toward October baseball into a high-stakes race with the potential to reshape the American League landscape. The division race with the Toronto Blue Jays is particularly compelling. At the start of September, few expected New York to be within striking distance of Toronto after months of struggling to gain ground. Throughout July and August, the Blue Jays seemed untouchable, consistently winning and frustrating the Yankees at every turn. Even when New York managed victories, Toronto's dominance meant that the gap never truly closed, leaving Yankees fans in a state of cautious optimism rather than genuine hope. Yet here we are in late September, and Toronto's form has faltered. While they have secured a playoff berth, they no longer look invincible. Their winning streaks are no longer imposing, and they are vulnerable in a way that the Yankees can exploit if they continue performing at their current level. The scenario is tantalizing. A strong finish by New York could potentially allow them to overtake the Blue Jays and claim the division, which would completely alter the postseason landscape. The possibilities are numerous. If the Yankees go undefeated in these final 6 games, sweeping both the White Sox and Orioles, the pressure on Toronto becomes immense. The Blue Jays would need to win the majority of their remaining games to maintain the top spot, and any slip-up could hand the division to New York. Even slightly less than perfect outcomes, such as going 5-1 in the last 6 games, could still put Toronto in a precarious position, especially given the opponents they face and the intensity with which teams like the Boston Red Sox and Tampa Bay Rays are fighting for their own playoff positions. Every game matters, every inning counts, and the Yankees are entering this final stretch with momentum, confidence, and a roster that appears fully engaged and capable of executing when it matters most. What makes this situation even more exciting is the unpredictability of the league at this stage of the season. Other teams are battling for playoff spots, and every result has a ripple effect. Boston is fighting tooth and nail for a wild card position. Cleveland is in contention for their division, and Houston is still clawing to remain relevant in the postseason conversation. In the midst of all this, New York has an opportunity to seize control of its destiny. The combination of talent, timing, and schedule alignment makes the Yankees a formidable contender not just for a playoff spot, but for a chance to shake up the entire American League hierarchy. After months of struggling, dealing with injuries, and facing setbacks, the team is finally positioned to capitalize on the chaos and make a statement heading into October. The narrative has shifted from uncertainty to opportunity. Players who struggled earlier in the season are finding their rhythm. The pitching staff is stabilizing, and the lineup is producing in key moments. The synergy across the roster is palpable, and the team's identity as a contender is becoming undeniable. Fans who had endured the roller coaster of the season now have reason to believe that New York can not only make the playoffs with confidence, but also challenge for the division and potentially alter the trajectory of the postseason entirely. As the Yankees enter these last 6 games, every matchup carries weight, every at-bat is significant, and every pitch could influence the ultimate outcome. The stakes are higher than ever, and the excitement surrounding the team is palpable. The combination of home field advantage, team cohesion, and key performances from players like Aaron Judge and his supporting cast creates a scenario where the Yankees could run the table, exert maximum pressure on the Blue Jays, and rewrite expectations heading into the playoffs. As the Yankees enter the final stretch of the regular season, the intensity of every inning becomes undeniable. These last 6 games are not just about making the playoffs. They're about sending a statement, asserting dominance, and potentially altering the structure of the American League as we know it. The schedule has handed New York an opportunity that they cannot afford to waste. Hosting the Chicago White Sox for 3 games followed by the Baltimore Orioles for another 3 at Yankee Stadium gives the team a golden chance to build momentum. Playing at home offers more than familiarity. It gives the players a psychological edge, the crowd's energy adding fuel to the fire, pushing the Yankees to perform at a level that might have seemed unattainable just weeks ago. It's the perfect setting for a late-season surge, and every member of the roster knows what's at stake. Pitching remains a cornerstone of this resurgence. The starting rotation, which has faced questions all season, is finally showing the depth and consistency needed to carry the team through critical games. Each starter has an approach, a plan, and the ability to adapt on the fly. They set the tone for the bullpen, which has proven time and again that when managed correctly, it could be a wall almost impossible to breach. The interplay between the starters and relievers has become almost seamless, reflecting the way the team has grown together over the course of the season. When the rotation holds strong and the bullpen can close out late innings, the offense can breathe, knowing the pitching staff is capable of keeping opponents in check. That balance is what transforms a good team into a truly dangerous one. Offensively, the Yankees are firing on all cylinders. Aaron Judge continues to define what it means to be an MVP-caliber player, combining raw power with plate discipline and a leadership presence that elevates everyone around him. But the team is not one-dimensional. Ben Rice delivers clutch hits that swing momentum in New York's favor. Jazz Chisholm consistently finds ways to get on base and drive runs in, and Jose Caballero provides a dependable presence in the infield while contributing offensively at key moments. Anthony Volpe, once a question mark, has started to heat up at the plate, adding another layer of threat for opposing pitchers to worry about. The synergy of the lineup is becoming more and more evident, And it's precisely this cohesion that allows the Yankees to dominate games rather than simply scrape by. They're no longer reacting. They're controlling the pace and dictating the flow of play, a critical factor as the postseason looms closer with each passing day. The division race adds an entirely new layer of drama. Toronto, once comfortably in the lead, has shown cracks, and the Yankees are poised to exploit them. If New York can win out against the White Sox and Orioles, the pressure on Toronto becomes almost unbearable. Even if the Yankees drop one game, going 5-1, the Blue Jays will need near-perfect performances to maintain their lead, and history has shown that pressure often results in mistakes. Every swing, every pitch, and every defensive play matters now. The American League is poised for a shake-up, and the Yankees are no longer just observers. They are active participants in a race that could redefine the playoff landscape. Beyond the numbers and statistics, there's a psychological element at play. The Yankees have endured months of adversity, injuries, and setbacks, and now they have the opportunity to turn those struggles into motivation. The resilience built over the course of a difficult season has forged a team that is battle-tested and mentally prepared for high-pressure situations. Players are feeding off one another's energy, and the clubhouse chemistry is stronger than it has been at any point this year. That kind of internal cohesion cannot be measured on a scoreboard, but it shows in the way they approach each game, communicate on the field, and support each other in the dugout. Confidence is contagious, and the Yankees are spreading it throughout the lineup, pitching staff, and coaching strategy. The scenarios for the final 6 games are thrilling. A perfect 6-0 record could force Toronto to stumble, dramatically reshaping the division standings and potentially sending the Blue Jays to the wild card series instead of securing the top spot. Even a 5-1 finish creates opportunities, relying on the vulnerability of other teams to tip the balance in New York's favor. Opponents like Boston and Tampa Bay, fighting for their own playoff lives, introduce unpredictability into the equation, making every Yankees game more significant. The outcomes are interconnected, creating a complex web of possibilities where one loss or one win in a seemingly minor game can ripple through the league and determine the fate of multiple teams. This interdependence elevates the stakes, turning ordinary September contests into high-stress, high-reward matchups that could define the season. The excitement is compounded by the fact that these final games are not just about the division or playoff positioning. They're about legacy, pride, and the chance to reclaim dominance. For a team that has faced injuries to key players like their ace and struggled to maintain consistency, the ability to finish strong is a testament to their character and adaptability. Fans can sense it, players can feel it, and the narrative surrounding the team has shifted from one of doubt to one of opportunity. Every game is now a potential turning point, a moment where the Yankees can assert themselves as a force to be reckoned with, capable of challenging expectations and overcoming obstacles that seemed insurmountable only weeks ago. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. New York is buzzing with what could be the most sensational move of the baseball offseason. Zack Wheeler, the ace pitcher whose name has dominated trade rumors for months, has reportedly been traded to the Yankees. Sources close to the team are whispering that the deal is done, though official confirmation has yet to come. If true, this move could signal a dramatic shift in the Yankees' ambitions, as the team appears laser-focused on winning now, rather than building slowly for the future. Wheeler, known for his electrifying fastball and pinpoint control, has been a coveted commodity in Major League Baseball. His time in the National League made him a household name among scouts and analysts alike, with many praising his ability to dominate in high-pressure situations. The Yankees, already boasting a formidable lineup, would suddenly gain a pitching ace capable of leading a rotation deep into the postseason. The rumor mill suggests the front office believes Wheeler is exactly what they need to finally capture the elusive title that has narrowly escaped them in recent seasons. Insiders hint that the trade involves a mix of promising prospects and draft picks, though the full details remain murky. Fans have already taken to social media, with opinions ranging from ecstatic to cautious. Some argue that adding Wheeler could instantly transform the Yankees into the team to beat in the American League, while skeptics warn about the price paid and whether one-star pitcher can truly push a team over the championship edge. What makes this rumor particularly tantalizing is the timing. With spring training looming, the Yankees could unveil a roster that rivals any in MLB history. Speculation is rampant. Could Wheeler's presence be the missing piece that finally propels the Bronx Bombers to World Series glory? Baseball insiders are already drawing comparisons to some of the most headline-grabbing trades of the last decade, noting that the Yankees' willingness to swing for the fences demonstrates a bold, almost fearless approach to winning. For now, the city holds its breath. Whether Wheeler will don the pinstripes remains unconfirmed, but if this deal goes through, New York will be witnessing a baseball story for the ages, a whirlwind of ambition, talent, and high-stakes drama that could reshape the landscape of the sport. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.